Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to the farm. We are about to get some cold weather. They're forecasting about 10 degrees or even lower for just about a week. So we've been around, running around, wrapping up pipes so we can try to keep them from freezing. Down here, we're not used to those kind of temperatures. We're really not. We're more used to summertime temps. So we're gonna go and try working on the greenhouse. At the base of our 110-foot tower is a little repeater hut. And this repeater hut has water and power connections to the chicken house, which is way over there in the center of the screen, and the aquaponics greenhouse. Let's go shut off some valves. As you can probably tell, these aren't covered with stuff, so we're going to have to shut the water coming off to these and drain the lines. Boy, they're stiff when they're cold. And we got the chicken house down here. That red valve goes to the chicken house. It's been off for a while. This is the one that goes to the greenhouse, and I just shut that off. The fish are about to get really cold. I mean, really cold. You guys are not used to this kind of temperature. We're getting excited because the humans showed up. They usually need food. There is not much we can do about all of these big water lines other than to keep water moving through them, because these are the return lines from all the tanks going to the pump. That pool pump stays going 24/7, and it feeds these big old tanks. It's the filtration system, and it comes back out and through that pipe and back into the system. We're going to keep that running. Hopefully it doesn't freeze. Now that valve we just shut off a minute ago, this is the furthest end away from it and the lowest faucet away from it. We open that, release the pressure, and leave that open. Hopefully it won't freeze to where it'll burst things. I have my fingers crossed, but I ain't holding my breath. And these are the fish tanks. This is off of the pump over there. As long as we keep that running and moving, I don't think we'll have too much of a problem. We're going to have some awfully cold and hungry fish. These guys are going to be really hungry. And we got the goldfishies. And we got the koi. You probably can't see them running around in here, but there's a few of them all still alive. We'll throw a little food in here, see if they come up for it. It's so cold they may not want to eat. Come on, guys, supper time. Nope, it's so cold they don't even want to eat. Let's see if we can get these guys to eat something. Yeah, it's so cold they don't want to eat either. the way this aquaponics greenhouse is constructed, it's next to impossible to go and cover it up with plastic like we did with some of our other ones. So we just have to deal with freezes. And what amazes me is the strawberries are still alive from last year. And over in the float table, we have curled parsley and a bunch of onions that have survived. Everything else is frozen and pretty much dead. There's Mrs. P's strawberries still alive. Nothing's left in the peppers. More peppers and stuff that are gone and we're going to have to redo. More stuff that's been gone and we're going to have to redo. But what amazed me is, again, we have some curled parsley that's still alive and a bunch of onions that are really happy and doing their thing. And here's the Greek oregano and the English thyme. All of that's still happy and survived the last couple of freezes. And there's some sage that is still alive, which I'm rather surprised. Again, this greenhouse has suffered several freezes already, and haven't had any pipes burst, luckily. But you know, better watch what I say, because with possibly single digits coming, I'm expecting some of these feed lines that don't have water running through them all the time to possibly burst and have water going all over the place. I am not looking forward to the freeze, the deep freeze. One of the other things I got to do is shut off the timer for the sprinklers. I'm just going to unplug it if I can get it off. It doesn't want to come. Okay, so we got the sprinkler timer unplugged. And we're not going to be spraying water all over the yard on a timed basis during the freeze, because that's going to do nothing but empty these tanks. And this little thing automatically refills it. Since I shut off the valve to it, I don't want it emptying the system, spraying it all over the yard. It's not going to get refilled. So I think the greenhouse is prepped about as much as I can prep it for the freeze. And there's the sprinklers. Those sprinklers go off on a timer and go and spray water all over the yard and around our fruit trees and stuff that are all going to be frozen here pretty quick. That's all shut off now. And here's Mrs. P's new beds. As you can tell, they're dripping water. We went and installed a drip irrigation system. These little drippers are all set up on a timer. They go off every morning at 7 a.m. for just a few minutes, and it goes and waters a bunch of stuff around the entire porch. I think these are going to work out real well. Looking forward to planting them, but we won't be able to plant them until after the next freeze. It's going to be a doozy. We're going to go and prep the greenhouse. If I can get the door open. There we go. This is where we keep all of our tropical plants and stuff. We got some new stuff we're going to plant out in Mrs. P's planters, and we're keeping all this stuff warm, and I've got to go and set up the heater in here. Let's get that going. Turn the valve on here. There we go. And now we're ready for the big freeze. I'm gonna have to put another bottle in here for tonight. And we'll have to use one bottle every 24 hours. So we'll end up using about 5 of these bottles here over the next week. This ought to keep Mrs. P's new tomato plants good and happy. Well, there we go. I've got some more work to do out in the greenhouse. Go and set up a big old propane heater, keep everything from freezing, and pretty much got all the pipes wrapped that we can. The valves shut off where they need to be, and we've got our fingers crossed that we're not going to have a bunch of PVC pipes shatter on us with 10 degrees or lower coming for several days. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning for a minute. I'm going to go inside and get in where it's warm. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching, and come back and see us.